Hello. I haven't been on in so long, but I just want to kick off season 7 of the Pro Cheerleading Podcast. So bear with me while I get everything together. And then we'll get started. Hello, one person that's there on YouTube. I appreciate you joining. This is always that awkward part where you're figuring out what to do while you wait, but oh well. I am going to give people a chance to join, and I should have played some music or something, but you know how it goes. Hi, everybody, for joining. Thank you. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm just going to start talking because I get nervous waiting on people to show up. So, you guys, it's season 7 of the Pro Cheerleading Podcast, and I just want to thank everybody for celebrating on Halloween, our 2nd year anniversary. Can you believe it's been 2 years? I cannot. Halloween 2 years ago is when Brittany and I officially launched this podcast, and it's been a journey, and it's been thanks to you guys that we've been able to still be kicking in season 7. And hi, I'm just excited. It's been a long time. I feel like I'm just a born again podcaster today, but bear with me. This is going to be such a great season opener episode. Very excited to announce that this interview that you guys will be able to hear tomorrow is with Sabrina Ellison, and from the Golden State Warriors. I act like everybody knows who she is because you should all know. But we had such an amazing conversation, and I cannot wait to share it with you. We talked about so many things. She's got such an amazing background as a dancer and performer, and really did an amazing job with the teams, her entertainment teams over the summer, just stepping up into a leadership role and guiding the team through the roughest summer that we probably all experienced. So I really am excited to share that interview with you. But for now, I just wanted to open the door to anybody joining. I do not know how to do it, but you can request to join me, and that will be perfectly fine. You can put questions in here. I'll try to catch up with all of the comments. Wish me luck. If I miss you, please just put one in the comment box, question box, whatever it's called, and I will answer it. But I do have some stuff to talk about. Every episode starts with cheer chat. And, first of all, I just want to also say thank you for my birthday wishes, you guys. I had an amazing birthday. You guys were so sweet with all of the birthday wishes. I'm just so awkward when it comes to that, but I had a great time in San Diego with my family, and Brittany came along, and it just felt good. When it's your birthday, you just feel loved, and you hear from people, and you're like, oh, they care. It's just so nice. So thank you for that. I had a great time. It had been a long quarantine and lots of work, really busy. And so it just felt really nice to unplug and just take a breather. Me being by the ocean makes me just so calm. And I needed that. And you guys have been really, really patient, waiting for this season to launch. But I'm ready. And there's been a lot of interviews that have taken place and a lot of good content coming your way. And I just can't wait to serve it all up for you guys. I would have started earlier, but that little pro dancing playoffs thing that we did took up a crazy amount of time. But it was so much fun. I hope you guys had fun with it. Congratulations to the Atlanta Hawks dancers for securing the championship. I thought it was a fun, cool way to celebrate all the performances from last season that, the NBA dancers didn't get to do because their season ended so abruptly. And so I just want to say thank you again for participating in that and, just getting into it, because I kind of want to do one for the NFL. You guys have to let me know what you think about the likelihood that we could do it, because I've been trying to post as many dance performances as I've been able to see on social media. And I know that not all teams are able to do that, but man, if there's a way that you guys could I don't know, get real scrappy with it and try to like take over a freaking high school football field if you can't get into the stadium and just I don't know. If I were dancing, I'd wish, I'd want to do like a pregame routine where you're traveling the yard lines, you're spread out, and you just take over the field and you do a performance and you just, I don't know, get some videographer, the ones that do the heels classes, make a concept video, do something, put some content together. If you're allowed as a team to gather, but I really, really, really want to do it for the NFL, but it's going to take some content, or maybe even using content from last season. I'm open, but I need the content to be able to do it. So I know it's been hard. I did the poll because I wanted to see how you guys were feeling. Truth behind the palms, like what is it really like out there for those who are able to be at games and able to perform? Are you feeling it? Are you not feeling it? Are you just super grateful no matter what to be out there, to be seeing your friends, to be dancing? Or are you kind of like, this is not it? Like, this kind of sucks. I mean, I know you don't want to sound ungrateful, but like, you're so far away from the field. I mean, I've been watching where you guys have been positioned on game day for those that are out there, and you're kind of, it's different. It's not the sidelines. And I don't know what fan engagement's been like. I've seen fans doing selfies where you're like back in the background and they're, I mean, you're adapting and I guess you have to, right? But based on the poll results, 62% feeling grateful out there, just grateful to dance. And 38% said, this is not it. But I did hear from a lot of people who were just saying, like, at least they get to dance. So for those of you who are saying this is not it, be inspired by those in your community who are unable to perform at all. And maybe that'll shift your energy for the rest of the season. But just shout outs to, everybody for hanging in there. I mean, I don't know what kind of protocols you guys have been having to follow, dancing with masks, all the things that we were speculating about all summer long. You guys are living it and doing a great job. I mean, the energy is up and apparent, at least in the videos and social media. So I hope it's going well. I really do. And I know there have been instances of people getting sick, and I think everybody's just kind of rolling with it. I hope not on these teams. Y'all have to let me know if anybody's gotten the Rona on the cheer teams. Like, I hope not, but stay safe out there and, just have perspective, I guess. There's people who wish they could dance. They're, wish they could be with their friends practicing. And, if you're still out there doing it, that's a plus, because depending on the state and the rules, they could just shut everything down. So anyway, I'll probably be checking on you guys with different polls to see how it's going. But it's Salute to Service Month in the NFL. I tried to wear my little army green, but I think right now, especially, I mean, we all know what we survived last week with the election. Congratulations to the President-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Whoa, did I say Kamala? Why do I do this? Kamala Harris. It's only because I'm thinking about it and then I'm like, I screw it up. Kamala Harris, the first woman. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all been soaking it up. When I was in San Diego, I was too afraid to like really relish in the moment, but it's just a beautiful thing and so inspiring for young girls to see this change finally in our political system. So where was I going with this? Oh, I was really excited to see how the teams, both in NBA, NFL, probably other sports as well, I'm talking about the dancers, getting involved and getting people out there to vote. I thought that was really a great use of social media. We've been talking about it all summer, of using our voice and really being active in the community in that way. And so I think that was a victory. The turnout was insane. So shout out to that. Salute to service. Show your gratitude for the men and women in our military. And let's see, let me give you a little preview of what you can expect. Okay, I'm totally not paying attention and somebody's put a question in here, so hold please. Hi, I will answer that for you. Just give me 1 second. So this season, we have some amazing interviews coming up. Like I said, we'll be talking to Sabrina shortly. I'll kick it off tomorrow, obviously. But I interviewed Kayla Marie Jackson. She is a former Atlanta Hawks dancer, and she's a commercial Booked and Blessed, how do you say it? Whatever. She's been working her butt off as an actress and performer in various like TV shows and concert tours, etc. So I'm really excited about that interview. I feel like these things happened so long ago, but excited to bring that interview to you. Um, I flipped the tables on Kurt David. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was on his show, Glory Days, just talking about my time with the Seahawks. And he is, you know, an Emmy award-winning TV producer of that show, but he also has a great platform of speaking about transitioning. He's interviewed so many athletes about the transition from doing, you know, pro sports and what they're doing now in their real lives or what have you, and how they made that transition. So he gave me an interview. So I'm excited to share that with you because he speaks to lots of, you know, corporations and different people out in the community, not as a motivational speaker, but just, I guess, kind of. But I thought his message was really helpful because, you know, our world is changing. And I think you have to have the right mindset about pivoting to different things and expanding on your skill set. So I'll share that interview. Then I don't know if you guys watched the Miss USA pageant. I kind of didn't, but I did see who won. Asia Branch from Mississippi. But it just reminded me, we have an interview coming up with Sarah Yarbrough. She's representing Tennessee in the International Junior Miss pageant. And she reached out to the podcast, and she was a cheerleader in her former life. And I just thought it would be a great interview. And she has a great message on domestic violence and abusive relationships, especially for young people. Some really staggering numbers there. So I'm excited to share that interview. And then I met Chrissia Long. She is the Director of Entertainment Marketing for the Brooklyn Nets. Wonderful interview. I'm super excited to finally meet her. I've been a big fan of the Brooklyn Nets for hella, and it's just like I finally, I don't know if you guys know, but it's like hard as heck to like reach out to people and put yourself out there and just being worried about like rejection and people being like, no. But she was so cool. And I think it's great to hear from some of these directors about what their plans are, how they're viewing virtual auditions. I know somebody asked that question. Do we think that they're going to be moving forward with some virtual components of the auditions process in the future? And I think from what I heard from, actually, it was a program put together by Sideline Prep. There were some NFL directors there that were saying that there are some aspects that they probably will keep moving forward. And I think the NBA has a little bit more of an involved process. So you'll have to listen in and see what Christia and Sabrina as well have to say about auditions. Okay, people are totally leaving messages and I'm missing it. Yes, booked and busy. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I said that right. But anyway, that is another great dope interview that I can't wait to share with you. And then I'm finally, I feel like this is such a bad angle, putting together in a small group panel discussion around hair for pro cheerleading, like all things hair. Like, I mean, and these are businesswomen that have, you know, launched their own companies for hair extensions. I want like stylists. If you know of anybody that I should talk to, I must have screwed up booked and blessed relevant. I'm old, you guys. I can't keep up. Okay. I can't wait to see these comments and see what the hell it was really supposed to be. But anyway, the point is I'm super pumped about that panel. Again, stylists, businesswomen in this space, and I'm hoping we can get that scheduled, booked in November. If you guys can hear me, that is my dog scratching at my door. I told my daughter to come get her, but I guess she did not. But that's also coming up on the slate of episodes for the season. There's a couple other things in the works that I won't mention yet. But you guys always know that you can write to me, let me know what you want to hear about, what episodes you think would be interesting, any people that you'd like for me to talk to. Let me know, because this is your platform. You can definitely put it together. I have a lot more gumption when it comes to like reaching out to people that you guys want to hear from. People that I admire and I'm really nervous about. I'm always like a little shy, but I'm so pumped. It's season 7, you guys. And now I'm going to like try to catch up and see what I missed beyond saying booked and blessed. All booked and busy. I swore I was booked and blessed. Okay, anyway, what else you guys got? Any other questions? Does anybody want to join me? Does anybody want to talk about what it's like performing at stadiums? I am all yours. In the meantime, I'm going to answer a question that came through. Somebody asked what my favorite Seahawks moment was. I have a couple, but let me think. Obviously, winning the Super Bowl, okay, was a feeling that you will just never, ever, ever forget. Um, Gosh, all the moments getting to the Super Bowl. But these are like football moments. Let me think of like my favorite dance moment. Okay, it's kind of Super Bowl related, but I think when you're like cheering at a stadium and they're still kind of somewhat far away, you can kind of have it in your perspective when you're performing. It's like, yes, it's a big crowd, but it's not like in your face. When we were in Arizona and we did the fan event, um, they were just like right there, and it was just like a sea of people as far as you can see. And so performing and feeling that energy that close was really a different burst of what's the word I'm looking for? It was just like a different level of hype. It was really, really exciting. And I felt like I almost like blacked out, came back in a couple times, just having like an out of body experience because it was just so electric. It was crazy. So that's probably one of my favorites. There's so many other favorite moments like in the community and like the victory parades from the Super Bowl. I mean, there's so many things I could go on and on and on. Of course, you're welcome. Anybody else have anything? I'm probably talked a mile a minute from just being rusty as hell. Let me see if I forgot something. Giggles. Um, so sorry. Let's see. Yeah, I think I covered things, but probably really, really quickly. Do you guys have any questions for me? I really do want, not to have like an hour, 2 hour episode for the first one, but you guys, this interview with Sabrina, I hope it just sets us all off on a path of like how powerful our voices can be, what a great organization is like that allows you to use that voice. It's just a great conversation, and you'll learn more about Sabrina and her background. So if nobody has anything, I will kick it off to her interview. I just really wanted to know how you guys are doing. Like, seriously, I miss you. It's been like 4 months, which is twice the amount of time that I would normally take as a break. But I think it was needed. I hope everybody's been taking good care of themselves. We're heading into the holidays. Be careful with your families over Thanksgiving. It's on and popping, though. Every week you'll have an episode on Wednesdays. And I look forward to sharing season 7 with you guys. Any last questions? Okay, this is always the awkward part. Ooh, I loved your interview with Simone. As someone who just started dancing about a year ago, do you know of many girls who made it starting dancing later in life? Yes, Simone is great. And there are, there's so many, every interview, I'm always surprised when I'm asking people about their dance background and they mention that they didn't have any formal dance training. And these are directors, these are former cheerleaders. In terms of starting late in life, I mean, Exhibit A, I made the team when I was like, 31? Or did I start? Anyway, older in life. And definitely talked about my story at some point throughout the podcast, but I would say take a listen because I don't think it's ever too late. You're putting your body through the rigor of like getting ready and in shape and just, really being athletic, but you can learn at any age. And I feel like it's welcomed. So I don't think there's a limit. I think that you'll see that teams are, have a variety of ages, but I didn't really let it even stop me. It was really a matter of like, can I dance? Can I keep up? And how do I feel? Do I feel good? Do I look good? And I say go for it. So yes, go for it. And it doesn't matter when you start, period. There's Kayla Marie. I was just talking about you in our episode coming up. Thank you for joining. Let's see. You are so welcome. What NFL teams? Sorry, you guys, it was so hard to read over my shirt. Is doing quarantining and performing best? Ooh, good question, Della. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go through like my little mental list. The Chiefs are killing it right now in the sense of like they are getting unfettered access to their field. I feel like they've just been putting together concept videos of their performances. I don't know how they're doing in quarantine, but the fact that they are, it just looks like they're having a full season. You know, they're dancing full out. They have their stadium to perform at, and it looks legit. I think who was it? Was it the 49ers as well? I mean, I don't know what football stadium that they were at, but I really love the video that they put together of dancing. I know they're at games, but you know, kind of far away. Um, in terms of content, I mean, I wish everybody had a stadium like the Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, where they have that full platform where they're able to be very much a part of the game with the fans that are in the stadium. So they kind of have the upper hand, I would say, in that department where it feels more like a regular game. Um, I would say the Raiders too. I mean, they put out their whole swimsuit calendar. I don't know if it's out yet, but they did their whole swimsuit calendar shoot. It very much felt like business as usual. But I know that they've been struggling with, you know, issues with outbreaks with the coronavirus and whatnot. And they have such a beautiful stadium, like the Rams cheerleaders, like, and the Raiderettes, like you're in a new stadium and you can't freaking access it. Like it has to be mind boggling and frustrating. But those are the ones that stand out to me. The Redskins look like, God dang it, the Washington football team. They look like they have been recently, just as of last week, allowed on to their stadium for games. Um, and they put together some performances. Like those are the ones that stand out because I have been like surveying, like, okay, if can we do, you know, a playoff set where we can focus on NFL performances, and there's not a lot of content out there. So the ones that seem to be adapting and doing their best to um, keep their teams dancing and putting together videos and performances. I mean, those are the ones that come to mind. I'm probably forgetting a couple, but I wish we could see more of it. That's all I could keep saying is like, can we do more of this? Because, oh, the Dolphins come to mind as well. I think they put together a couple of videos, almost like concept videos too. And it's fun to see, you know. I know that there are other teams out there that are performing at games, and it just seems like in a limited capacity. So I don't know. It's kind of sad. Y'all let me know if I miss anything else. But I'll keep my eyes out. I'll repost and share anything. You guys can tag me in anything that you want as well. So just keep an eye out and not miss anything. Um, but maybe there's something that we can pull together, even if it's from last year's content. I would like it because I think we all could use a chance to see, you know, performances in our space. And maybe we can do it again with NBA. So you guys have been awesome. And I'm, like I said, I'm just so excited to be back. And reach out if you guys have any, like I said, suggestions or questions, things that you want answered during Cheer Chat next week. I love chatting with you every week. This makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself. So hit me up, let me know. I feel like I should just keep on, just to keep on, but I will stop and I will kick it over to the interview with Sabrina. So you guys have a wonderful night and stay safe out there. And please come back next week. It'll probably be every Tuesday. Ooh, how do you feel about the new team uniforms? Which ones? Do you guys, wait, so let me see. New team uniforms. I've seen the Redskins. Oh, God dang it. Washington football team. I've seen their new uniforms. They're very like the lineup-esque, I would say. They're cute. They're like very toned down and, you know, they're not like wow, but they're not bad by any means. They're just very sporty. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're a shift from what I would consider like the First Ladies of Football style, but they're still cute uniforms. I personally am not like a huge fan of like the leggings look, um, unless it's like a cold weather game, but definitely sporty, athletic vibe and very cute. Still feminine and all, but I just was, you know, it definitely a good use of the colors and whatnot, but it definitely was very like, maybe because it's missing a logo. Duh, that's probably why. And let me think of any other new. Y'all let me know who else has a new uniform. I'm trying to think. Um, Nobody else jumps out at me as having a new uniform like that. But I'm old, so. Oh, you were referring to the first ladies of football. Yeah, it is a big shift. I think it needs a little oomph, but it's probably because they don't really have an identity in terms of a team logo or whatever. And maybe once they come up with something, they can fit it in somewhere. I don't know. The Rams uniforms as well. Yeah, let me think. The colors are very vibrant for the Rams. And I'm trying to visualize it. Again, very I remember not loving the Rams new logo, but I mean, who am I? You know, it's just very like sunrise. I don't know. It was just very different. I'm gonna have to look it up. You guys are making me want to like Google it right now. Um, the Dolphins uniforms are super, super cute. I'm trying to think. The Seahawks uniforms. Um, I know that we had the whole uniforms episode, but I think it was before the Seahawks finalized their uniform for the dancers. I did not realize that that was by Dallas Wear. Dallas Wear is everywhere, as you guys know, for both NBA and NFL uniforms. And, you know, I mean, it was definitely a shift from what, you know, what I'm used to is just kind of like blingy, very, very, you know, typical NFL style uniforms. I do miss that. I think it's like a look and that I think is iconic. And the sportier we go, the less that it feels like you're looking at an NFL team versus like a dance team, if that makes any sense. So I'm a little bit the fan of old school with the glamour uniform. Like if you have a sporty version, you need to have a glamour version, and I need to. I feel like we're losing our glam. If that makes any sense. Dallas were AKD. Let's see. Um, your question wasn't a bad one. What was your question? Any advice for trying out for the Pistons? Oh, you know what? I don't have specifics for the Pistons. You know, I mean, I think for NBA, you know, what the team directors are looking for their team obviously is very specific and unique. After watching the NBA, I mean, the Pro Dance Teams playoffs, it was really kind of interesting to see the different styles for each team. Um, and I think you really, in this day and age, even though I just said I'm shy and I don't like reaching out to people, I think you really should just, you know, pay attention to, you know, the social media accounts for each team. I think they put out like dance videos where they're teaching some of their performances. So, like really get a feel for like what you think it would take to be one of those, to be a member of that team. Um, and don't be afraid to reach out to people that are on the team. You know, like it's really easy to figure out who people are these days. And maybe you can get that advice from someone who's actually a member of the Detroit Pistons dance team now, or you can reach out to the director herself. If you need to know who she is, I probably posted about her during the playoffs. I tried to feature with each round, like either the directors, the captains, etc. So take a look back and see what I posted about the Pistons dancers. That would be my advice because I don't have specifics for that particular team. Let's see. Oh, if I have a favorite cheerleader on each NFL team. That's a good question. I actually archived it all, but at one point I did an NFL draft where I picked kind of like a favorite that stood out from each NFL team, and I archived all those posts. Um, so I kind of do. I kind of handpick my favorite of who stood out, um, who just jumps out at me in watching their performances. You know, there's 26 teams, so I can't think of, you know, I have some favorites. Put it this way, for my captains, I picked Candace from the Washington football team, finally got it right, and Quentin from the Rams cheerleaders. I picked them as the captain of my little virtual uh, draft team. So, hi, Christia. I was just talking about you too. You guys, that's the Brooklyn Nets director that just joined, and now I'm shy and fumbling over my words, but yeah, I do have favorites. I mean, I'm looking at all of the different teams, and again, there's just always people who have that little special quality, and I kind of do have favorites. Without just naming two of them, I do have some favorites. Any other questions? I know this is random as I don't know what, but I'm glad you guys started piping in with them. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Um, I'll just pause for the cause if you guys have any other questions or comments. What am I missing out on? And if not, I'm going to wrap it up and edit this little cheer chat for the interview with Sabrina tomorrow. Any questions? Last words, whatever. This is so fun and awkward. Okay. Well, this will be up on my page as well. And you guys always know how to reach me if you have any other questions to follow up on. But thank you for joining. Thank you for making season 7 of possibility, reality. You guys have just been hanging in there with the podcast for so long. And I'm very, very grateful for all the inspiration that you guys have touched me with to keep it pushing. So again, excited to launch season 7. And thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. I'm glad to be back. So listen in tomorrow, share it with your friends, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Okay? Take good care of yourselves and have a good night. And thank you for watching on YouTube. Did you guys have any questions? Oh my gosh, I probably missed it. Hi, Stephen. Okay, no questions, so I'm going to end the stream too. Make sure you tune in next week, okay? Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time.